Hello and welcome back to Dumbo RC. Now tonight is going to be the second part of my custom RC package, custom RC upgrade. So I brought the top hinge pin mount from them, and Lee has very kindly sent me through a nice little gift as well for the channel from custom RC upgrades. So as always, the link will be to the website in the description. So he has sent me the top steering plate, the custom RC 7075 aluminium one. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a video on how to fit this. So once again, thank you very much, custom RC upgrades. Lovely design bit of kit, and it's just going to be absolutely perfect in there. So again, we're going to be doing a nice close-up video of how to install this, and you'll see that as we go through. Okay. So I've whipped the wheels off quickly. What we're going to need to do now is take off this top plate up here. Now to do that, we'll start off by taking out of the way the mud flaps. Okay, so now the mud flaps are out of the way. We've got 4 screws at the top plate here, 2 at the back and 2 at the front there. Okay, so once you've got that out of the way, you're not going to take that off yet. You need to take off your centre chassis brace. Now that lifts up high enough out of the way. You could pull the pin on the roll cage and move it up higher if you want. And I will quickly do that just for as I'm videoing so you can see. So pin at the back of the roll cage, slide the long pin out, roll cage flips over. Okay, so that's now out of the way. You've got the 2 front hinge pins. Okay, so now what you need to do, last bolt on that top plate, is just to take off that centre chassis brace, or the front chassis brace there. So whip that one up. Now the next bit requires 2 hex wrenches, 2.5mm and a 2mm. Now what you'll notice here that I've actually moved the car past the end of the desk so I can get mine underneath. Now on the top of these steering knuckles here is a 2mm and the bottom's a 2.5, which is really handy they thought of that, so you don't have to have 2 of the same size. So get in there, undo them, get in there, undo them, and then that's that steering turn knuckle out of the way. Lift that off. Now this will lift off out of the way at the moment. So exactly the same again for the other side. From the bottom, the 2.5. If you can't quite get to it, just turn the steering a little bit. Okay, so that's them two nicely out of the way. Take the arms out of the way. Leave the drive shafts in. Well, you can even take the drive shafts out. So now we can get to our steering plate here. So what we need to do now is you can use your wheel brace. Just be careful you don't lose your bearings at the top there. So you can use your wheel brace, but it is really, really fiddly. You could take it out by undoing any one of these and use your wheel brace. However, what I'm going to do because I have loads of tools lying about, is use a socket and an extension bar. Not many threads on that at all. That one's off. So that's that one out of the way. Now, on the bottom of there is a small spacer. Now it appears actually that I only have one spacer, so at some point one of my spacers was lost. Oh no, it's dropped down below. There we go. I have it there. So remember, you got the spacers underneath. So the old steering plate, filthy. I'm going to wipe it all down. Got the old steering plate here. It came this way up. Now these two little bushes do slide out. Okay, so that was that way. Nice new custom RC one. Okay, so that's going to go this way. Got to put those two spacers into there. I must say they're a lot nicer fit actually. They're a lot tighter in there. Now I've got dirty hands, so I'm making this filthy. Try and keep it as nice as possible. So, time for a spacer. Now this is quite fiddly because they do slide about a little bit. Spacer on, rest that on top. There we go, managed to get the spacer on there. Kick the arm somewhere where you can get to it nicely. Get the thread in. And just get that up a couple of turns to start with. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Remember, obviously, your spacer. The reason why I'm leaving the other side nice and loose is so I can get plenty of height in there. So I can come down, I can see the spacer hole, line everything up. And slide the bolt in. Okay, that's nice and tight now. And you can see that nothing hits as you go around. Really, really nicely designed. Okay, now time to put it all back together. Okay, to get the top hinge pins in, you're going to have one thick washer and then two thin washers. Now I've lost my thin washers, so I've got a little bit of plastic to replace the two thin washers. But your one thick washer goes towards the front, your two thin go at the back. You put the bolt through, then your first shim. Make sure your drive shaft is in your cup down at the bottom there. Slide the bolt through the arm, not all the way through, because then your two washers, or my little bit of plastic, will slide in at the back there. Wiggle it all around till it gets in, and then do it up. So I'll quickly do the same to the other side. Okay, so we're all done now. I did just chuck the mud flaps on quickly. Yeah, it's only a couple of screws. I'm sure you know how to take them on and off now. I've shown you enough times on the channel as well. So I chucked them on quickly. Now I must say this is a massive thanks to Lee at Custom RC Upgrades. Absolutely top bloke. He sent me through this steering Ackerman plate, and it is an amazing bit of kit. 7075 aluminium, and he's actually managed to predict that in my last bash, even though that I didn't know it, I had managed to bend my Ackerman plate. Now you can't really see it here. I will take a photo of it and add it to the video in a second, but it is bent upwards like that. So have a look at this photo. So I don't know how you did it, but you predicted that I'd bend one of these, so you sent one through for the channel. So again, a massive thank you. I have been absolutely thrilled with everything I've got from Custom RC Upgrades. I've now got the rear hinge pin holders, I've got the front upper hinge pin holder, and now that steering Ackerman plate. There really is only a couple of places I would go for upgraded parts now. I had the GPM rear chassis brace, and that is actually bent down at the bottom by the screw there, and that screw hole is now oval. Avoid this GPM stuff. Really do avoid it. I wish I hadn't bought them. So Custom RC Upgrades made stuff out of 7075 aluminium. It's going to be a lot stronger. A link to their website is in the description of the video. Make sure you go and check out their stuff. As I said, there's only a couple of places now that I buy the upgrade parts from, and Lee at Custom RC Upgrades is definitely one of them. So that's it for the end of this video tonight. Again, a massive shout out and a thank you to Custom RC Upgrades. If you have any questions on what we've done tonight, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you very much. Good night.